thought infertility treatment was the same wherever you go. It's not.
On my first visit to Reproductive Medicine Associates of New Jersey, I had a long list of questions, a lot of anxiety, and, well, hope.
If this is your first time talking about infertility, or if you're looking for something new, Reproductive Medicine Associates of New Jersey is the place to start. Our success rates are about 20% higher than the national average, and we have many insurance and financial programs in place. Visit rnanj.com. rnanj.com.
Rick is everywhere. I'm your parking brake. I've really got the tougher end of this parking. You park, and I hold 4,000 pounds of car in place on a steep incline. But hey, it's worked for us. Until now. You park on Walnut Street for the night. And a few hours later, I find I just can't hold on any longer. So get Allstate, where agents help protect you from mayhem, like me.
Tap the banner to see if you're protected.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to Keeping It Real with CheRyl, live on Hang With every Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time, on my favorite app, Hang With. So don't forget to click that like button, and I'm really excited for today's episode. It's called How to Ace an Audition. So you guys are going to learn a lot. I'm going to give out a lot of useful information today, so definitely feel free to comment and chat with me and ask any questions that you may have. So yeah, time to get started. All right, so we have 16 viewers so far. I just want to wait till a couple more people join the chat, and then I'll get started with today's episode, How to Ace an Audition. So for all of you that are interested in learning some stuff about the entertainment industry, I'm going to share a lot of tips and tricks for you guys today on how to best prepare yourself to go on auditions in the entertainment industry, whether it's for singing, dancing, acting, modeling. I think this can really, really help you guys out. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to lower the music a little bit. I got some Pandora on in the background just for some little ambiance tunes. Let me know if there's any certain genre that you guys want to hear too. I just put on some dance music for now. But how's everybody doing? Definitely start posting some comments and let me know who's here, who's in the chat room today. I know there's always a lot of familiar usernames that I see, and I love that you guys keep on coming back to tune in. So definitely, start hitting up the comments in the chat room so that I can see who's here. So yeah, again, just to introduce myself, my name is CherylMartinez. This is Keeping It Real with CheRyl, my new show that airs live on Hang With every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 7 p.m. Pacific Time. So today's episode is called How to Ace an Audition. I am streaming live from Florida right now. Right now I'm in Satellite Beach. Last week I streamed live from San Juan, and the week before that I streamed live from Isabela, which were both in Puerto Rico. And next week I'll be streaming live from either Vegas or LA. And then the following week I'll be streaming live from New York City again. So excuse the little, floor setup I had to do today, but I'm not in my main location, which is New York City, so that's why we're doing it like this. So yep, I'm in Florida, spent the day on the beach, thank goodness, instead of in the freezing cold in New York City. I'm definitely glad to be in some warm weather. So yeah, we're about to get started. I'm just gonna lower it a little bit more. Come on guys, hit up the chat room, tell me who's here, write a comment, tell me who's in the room, say hi, let me know that you're here, and you can start opening up a line of communication. So definitely start commenting. Okay, so we're going to start off with just some of the basics to succeeding in the entertainment industry, and then we'll, go into the specifics. So to start off with some basics, the number one thing before you even think about going on auditions is never give up. Okay, rejection is a huge part of this industry, and you must be able to take it and move on in order to succeed. Learn from your experiences, and you'll see that getting auditions and booking jobs will become much easier over time. So basically, the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. Like anything you do in life, and auditions works the same way. I'm going to lower it a little bit more. Okay, guys, are the comments working? Because I don't see any comments. Let me know if the comments are working and everything. So if someone could start maybe writing a few things, just so I know if the comment chat area, it looks like is it disabled? Can it work? Let me do a little test. Okay. Yeah, I don't think the comments are working because I just tried to do a test comment and it didn't go through. That's weird. I wonder, does anyone know how to change that? Damn it. Alright, guys, I'm gonna have to cancel this broadcast and redo it. This way, hopefully the comments will work, because right now it doesn't look like the comments are working. So let me try to restart this episode so we can try to fix this issue with the comments, because interacting is like a really big part of the streams, and I know it's important to you guys too. So let me try to, so everyone that's watching, just, you know, tune back in like a minute. I'm gonna cancel it and then restart it. So this way, yeah, follow me if you need the push notification or anything. This way we can all chat. All right, guys? So hold on one second. Oh, the comments are working, but it's not working on mine. All right, so maybe I'm not going to cancel it. That's weird. Okay, so let me just try to reset it on my iPad over here and see if that fixes the problem. All right, don't worry, we'll get this situated. There's still little glitches that need to be worked out every now and then. Let's see if it's working now. Okay, so just bear with me, guys, for a little bit longer. I don't know why I can't see any of the comments here. That's so annoying. Damn it. It must just be this, where I'm streaming from. This device is just not showing any comments, but I'm glad that you guys can comment. Try one more time. What a shame. All right, here, I'll try logging in from this device and see if I can see the comments here. All right. All right, last try. Okay, all right, I can see the comments on my phone. It just wasn't working on this iPad device. It's not even my iPad. I don't know why it's not working. So I'm using my iPad to film it, and I'm using my phone now for the comments, which I was using for the Pandora, and we'll just put that iPad aside. Or I could log into some Pandora on this if you guys want to hear some music. But, okay. Turn off. Okay. All right. So, hi Tubal Kane. Hi Ernie. Hi Hang 101. Hi Family Biz ENT and Tyron54. What's going on, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for writing a couple comments so I know that it's working. I'm not really sure why it wasn't working on my other device. I tried doing a test comment and everything. It wasn't going through. I couldn't see any comments. So it just must be an issue with that device. Maybe it needs to be updated or something. I don't know. So if any of you are having the same issue and you can't write any comments, try it on another device and see if that works, because that's what I had to do here too. All right, so I'm glad that I can see everyone. So now I guess we can get started. All right, so what I was first talking about as far as how to ace an audition, how to succeed in the entertainment industry, how to best prepare yourself so that you can book the jobs, is we're talking about first and foremost, never give up. Okay, you need to have that positive mentality, and you need to be able to deal with rejections before you even think about going on any auditions. So the other thing is, I wrote down some notes for you guys, so this way, I can keep all my thoughts and everything focused, so I can get out as much information as possible. And what I'm also going to do is all these notes and tips that I printed out and wrote here, I'm going to post on my website when I get back to New York City in a couple weeks. I'll go and post all this stuff that I wrote up for you guys on my website. So if you want to, refer to that later on, you can. So, you want to stay confident, optimistic, and always give it your all. If you always try your very best when you audition, then you shouldn't have any regrets no matter what happens, right? If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You may not have been right for that particular role, but if you made a good impression, then the casting directors will probably keep you in mind for future projects. And that's absolutely true. There have been times where I've gone on auditions before, and the casting directors that I was, auditioning for, maybe thought that I wasn't right for the job that I was auditioning for, but they kept my information on file and contacted me for a future opportunity that they thought I was perfect for. So that can happen. So even if you feel like, it's not working out for you, you still want to make a good impression and give it your all, because you never know what doors, can be opened up by who you meet. So, so I see we have 37 people logged on so far. If you're new to Keeping It Real with CheRyl, definitely, write a comment, say hello. I love knowing, everyone who's tuning in and watching, and definitely, write some comments and everything. So this way, I can see, who's here, and here I'll try to write a test comment. Okay. Yeah, it worked. Okay, cool. So, all right. So now that I know the comments are working, if you guys have any particular questions, as far as how to prepare for an audition, any audition experiences, or anything that you guys want to know about while I'm going along this, feel free to ask questions, and anything that I can help with, that's what I'm here for. So I've been doing this for a really long time. When I graduated college in 2006, that's when I moved to Midtown Manhattan, and I started going on like 5 auditions a day. It was literally like I had a full-time job that I didn't get paid for. And that's what going on auditions is. And unless you do it, people don't really realize it. That going on auditions is just like having a full-time job that you don't get paid for, because you need to go on like 5 auditions a day, at least like 40 auditions a week to maybe book 1. So, and that's if you're lucky. So it's really, really a cutthroat industry. So that's why I want to try to offer as many tips as I can. So if this is something you are considering, or if it's something that you're currently doing, hopefully this can help increase the number of jobs that you get booked for. So yeah, next part is network. Making connections is key in the entertainment industry. Build strong relationships with the right people, but don't forget to give if you expect to receive. Connecting with people who may be beneficial to you is more than just being in the right place at the right time. Initiate conversation, make a good first impression, and work to keep the relationship. The entertainment industry is very, 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 very much about who you know and who knows you. Okay, so again, I'm just going over the basics to succeeding in the entertainment industry right now, and then we'll go into the more in-depth specifics. So, next part is build your resume and portfolio. Okay, so I cannot stress how important it is to have a strong resume and port. Don't lie on your resume, but rather take the time to build it. Update your portfolio images as often as you can, or, as soon as you change your look. I can't tell you how many times girls have, come to audition for my Big Apple Dancers company, and they look nothing like the pictures that they submitted to me in order to even get the audition. So there's nothing I hate more when a girl shows up and I'm like, who's this girl? This isn't the girl that I just saw in the pictures. And she looks completely different. She either has a different hair color, or different style, or, has gained weight or lost weight, or just their pictures are too photoshopped or who knows what. So you just want to make sure that that your portfolio images are updated, at least every 6 months, so that you, when you go to auditions and you hand in your pictures and whatnot, that that you look like you do in your pictures. That's very important. Clients want to know what you look like now. So the better your resume and portfolio is, the more professional experienced you will seem to the client. Therefore, it will be easier to book jobs. So do your research and always be prepared. It is so important to do your research and always prepare yourself before any audition, job, interview, meeting, etc. Being prepared will lift your confidence level and give you an edge over your competition. Plus, it shows that you really want the job and that you take the job seriously. So again, for those of you that just tuned in, you're watching Keeping It Real with CheRyl live on Hang With every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. And right now I'm going over the basics to succeeding in the entertainment industry, and then I'll get into the specifics as far as how to prepare for an audition, how to cope with rejection, what's a good headshot and comp card to bring with you on the audition. So we got a lot of good tips to go over here. I'm definitely excited to share all this information with you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to type it in the comments. Definitely, also feel free to introduce yourself. I see a lot of familiar usernames from previous episodes, and I thank you guys for your support and for keep tuning in. So okay, so moving right along, how to cope with rejection. All right. So, by the way, I wrote all these, papers myself. This isn't stuff that I found on the internet or anything like that. Everything that I'm sharing with you today that I pre-wrote for our session is all based on my personal experience. So I'm giving you from what I've learned from personal experiences from going on. I can't even tell you how many auditions, since 2006. I started going on tons of auditions, everything from singing, dancing, acting, and modeling jobs. So I'm definitely here to offer advice and to answer questions in regards to any of those areas. So, all right, so really important, how to cope with rejection. Now, before you even consider going on any auditions, you need to make sure that rejection is something that you can handle, because it's part of the audition process. Like I said, out of every 40 auditions you go on, maybe you'll book one, and that's the average. There are people that book more, there's people that book less, but I'm just giving you ballpark figures here. You're going to get rejected, okay? Because that doesn't mean that you're not good enough, you're not talented enough. It just means you didn't fit that role, you weren't what that casting director was looking for, and take what you learned from it and move on and use that to have a better performance at your next audition. Okay, so you need to look at rejection not as rejection, but rather as a learning experience. Okay, something that just makes you a better auditioner. Okay, so how to cope with rejection. You must accept the fact that rejection is part of the entertainment industry. Everyone that pursues a dream in show business will experience rejection, and instead of letting it break you down, you must learn to grow from it. An important thing to understand is that not getting selected for a role or not getting booked for a job does not necessarily mean that you weren't good enough or talented enough. It means you were just not what the client was looking for at that time. You must realize that there's a lot of competition in this industry, but if you keep working hard at your craft and taking advantage of all the tools out there, you should most definitely get your shot at fame. All right, so here is some quick audition advice. Always be prepared, on time, and dress the part. These are simple rules, but if you don't follow them, you'll probably not get booked. Okay, usually the client will only notify the talent that they select for a booking or callback. So if you don't hear from them shortly after the audition, you can assume that you were not right for that particular job. Do not take it personally. I can't, stress that enough. Don't take it personally. They don't even know who you are. You're usually just a number when you walk in. They give you a number when you walk in. You hold that number in front of the camera. So don't take it personally, bottom line. All right, the number of auditions a talent goes on compared to the number of jobs they actually book is much higher than you would think. always try to use the what doesn't kill you makes you stronger mentality. Plus, you always get to meet new people, network, and learn something new at every audition you go on. With this mentality, every audition experience is a win-win situation. And that's what I was saying before, okay? All right, so does anyone have any questions on what we've gone through so far as, you know, how to cope with rejection? Feel free to type it in the comment area if you guys have any questions on that thus far. Definitely say hello if you guys are new to the chat. My name is CherylMartinez. This is Keeping It Real with CheRyl, which it goes live on Hang With every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks to everyone for being here with me tonight. I'm here to answer any questions about the entertainment industry. That's mostly what my episodes are about my experiences in the entertainment industry. I own a talent agency here in New York City called BigAppleDancers.com. I also have a costume and fashion company called GlitterattiBody.com, and I sing, dance, act, and model, and I've done tons of jobs in all of those industries. So if you want to learn about more about my personal experience in the jobs that I've done, you can go to my personal website, which is CherylMartinez.com, and click on resume, and you can see all the movies I've been in, the TV shows, the commercials, the music videos, magazines, the live shows I performed at, calendars, fashion shows, really the list of stuff that's on my resume will shock you. And that's just proof of how many auditions and stuff I've been going on all these years, because when you see my resume, it's absolutely ridiculous. I've done so many jobs in the past like 10 years, I can't even keep track of all of them. There's probably tons more that I even forgot to put on my resume. But if you guys want to go to my website after the episode and check it out, it's CherylMartinez.com. You can just click on the resume tab and you can see all the different jobs that I've done in this industry. All right, so what up, King Julius? Hey, you're a first timer? Well, thanks for tuning in to Keeping It Real with CheRyl live on Hang With every Tuesday. Make sure you guys hit that follow button so you get a push notification every time I go live. All right, and you can also hit that thumbs up. All right. Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about is your headshots and comp cards, because when you go to an audition, you really want to bring headshots to any type of acting audition you go to, and you want to bring comp cards to any type of modeling audition you go to. And if you show up without that, they'll still see you, but you won't look as professional as the people who do. And the point of this episode is for me to give you advice so you have the best possible chance of booking the jobs that you go on. So that's why I do highly, highly, highly recommend that you get headshots and comp cards made. So, hi, Lady Yasma, first time viewer, former dancer. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Tell me a little bit more about where you used to dance and everything, and any companies or agencies that you've worked with, and where you're from. So, and maybe if you have any experiences about any dance auditions that you want to put in the comments too, and tell us about that. I'd love to hear it. So, okay, so we're going to talk about headshots real quick. It is so important to have a good professional and recent headshot. You need this so that you can give a copy to clients at auditions, submit yourself to castings electronically, and for your main photo and your talent profiles across the web. Choose your photographer wisely. The more professional your headshot is, the better chance you will have at getting auditions and booking jobs. So, a lot of people will just go to, model and photographer websites and just pick anybody for like a free trade shoot. And yeah, that's great that it's free, but are you getting the best possible headshot that's going to help you book jobs? Not necessarily, okay? So it's really not such a bad idea to pay for a real professional photographer that has, your best interest at heart, is really going to produce the best quality photos, do some nice editing, and the lighting has a lot to do with it too. The studio has a lot to do with it. His camera equipment has a lot to do with it. And of course, making sure you have, the appropriate hair and makeup, depending on, what type of jobs you're going on. So there's really so much that goes into having a great headshot. And choosing a photographer is a really big part of it. All right. Headshots can either be done in black and white or color. This is a personal preference, although color headshots seem to be more popular now than black and white, even though years ago, black and white ones were more popular. But believe it or not, people still do use black and white headshots, although I think I recommend color ones, just so, you know, when you do go to the auditions, they can see your eye color and your hair color and whatnot. Okay. Once you and your photographer have selected your best headshot, you should get it retouched to remove any blemishes, adjust the lighting, etc. Then you can order your headshots online and have them mailed directly to you. There are a lot of different websites out there where you can order, you know, prints of pretty much anything. So just go to any printing website, you know, that ships to your area, and you can get your headshots professionally printed online. Now, I do recommend that you ask your photographer to give you 2 versions of your headshots. One version in RGB, which is for the internet, and another version in CMYK, which is for print. Okay, so you don't need to know what that means. That's more like Photoshop terminology, but you know, once you are working with a professional photographer, he'll know what that means. All right, so Lady Yasma says that she studied with the Grand Master of the Richmond Ballet, but I blew out my knees and now I have osteoarthritis everywhere. Oh my goodness. I know do some background acting, but that's about it. I'm also a costumer. Very cool. Very cool. Wow. The Richmond Ballet. Yeah, see, ballet dancing can, you know, ruin your knees if you do it for a long time. But I'm glad that you had a long, fruitful career in the ballet industry. It's very impressive. And a costumer. Yeah, where can I see some of your costumes? I actually have a costume company as well. It's called glitteratibody.com. If you want to check it out, it's glitteratibody.com. So that's glitteratibody.com for my costume company. So, hey to all the new viewers, you're tuned in to Keeping It Real with CheRyl, live on Hang With, every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the little poster I got made for my episodes. I'm streaming live from Satellite Beach in Florida right now. Next week I'll be streaming live from Vegas and LA, and the following week I'll be streaming live back home in New York City. So, thanks to everyone who tuned into my episodes last week, which were in Puerto Rico. And thanks to everyone who's here tuning in right now. Definitely hit that thumbs up button and follow me so you can get a push notification when I go live on all my future episodes. All right. So King Julia says, I'm just a private shower room dancer and singer. Well, that's all good too. You know what's good about that? You don't have the pressure of auditions in that situation, right? Lady Ozma says, King Julius dance like no one's watching. Yep, that's one of my favorite, one of my favorite quotes, dance like nobody's watching. Instagram has some. I'm a master in the International Costumers Guild. Oh, very cool. Well, congratulations on that. I'd love to see some of your costumes. If you want to send me a direct message on Hang With after the episode with the link to your costumes, I'd love to check them out. So, all right, next one. Talking about comp cards. So those of you who've never heard of comp cards before, a comp card is short for a composite card, and composite cards are used for the modeling industry. You know, if I was in New York City, I'd be able to show you what these look like, but like I said, I'm away in Florida right now, so I'm not in my home office. But comp cards are usually about 5 by 5 inches, 5.5 inches by 6.5 inches. So they're usually thick like cardstock, and you can get a UV coating on them. Oh, and by the way, headshots, I forgot to mention, are 8 by 10. So the comp cards are 2-sided, and the headshots are 1-sided. The reason the headshots are 1-sided, by the way, is because you should staple your resume to the other side. But as far as the comp cards are concerned, it's imperative that anyone trying to pursue the modeling industry has a great composite card, also known as a Z card. That's another word for it. So Z card, comp card, composite cards all mean the same thing. There are a few different ways to design your comp card, although typically it is your headshot and name on the front and 4 body shots along with your info and stats on the back. Okay, so front of the comp card most likely will have a really nice headshot with just your name, and then you turn it over in the back and it can be divided into 4 different body shots, and then your statistics, which are, you know, your height, your weight, your ethnicity, your breast size, your waist size, your hip size, your shoe size. That's what stats stand for in the modeling industry. All right, so try to show your versatility as a model, where each photo should portray a different concept, outfit, and pose. Once you and your photographer have selected your best images, get them retouched, etc., you know, make everything look fabulous. And same thing as before, you can order your comp cards at any online printing store once you have them designed. All right, guys. So we're at 80 viewers. Yay! Thanks to everyone who's tuned in to Keeping It Real with CheRyl. If also, another thing I wanted to offer to my viewers is if you guys had any suggestions for future episodes, as far as topics and titles that you guys want to talk about, definitely let me know. You can send me a direct message with your ideas, or you can comment them right here in the comment area on the live stream. Another thing you guys can do is you're welcome to go to my bigappledancers.com website. I'm always going to be featuring a lot of my dancers and other big people in the entertainment industry. So if you have any requests of who you would like me to feature on my episodes, any requests on topics and titles, feel free to share that with me, comment it, email it to me, tell me on Instagram or Facebook, or you can just send me a direct message on Hang With, because I definitely want to cater my episodes for you guys and make sure that I'm giving you guys the information that you want to hear and talk about. All right, so here we go. Now we're talking about how to prepare for an audition. You will have a much better chance of booking a job if you are well prepared for the audition. Why waste your time getting ready and traveling to and from an audition if you're not prepared for it, right? Here are some recommendations that should help you become more prepared for any audition. Always do your research on the role, artist, and or company that you are auditioning for. If you're lucky enough to receive the script in advance, memorize it, okay? I can't tell you how many people who are aspiring actors and actresses who have access to the script before the audition, but choose not to memorize it just because they don't want to waste their time, because there's not a good chance they're going to book the job. But you know what? If you're going to go to the audition anyway, don't you want to give it your best shot? I mean, if you don't get booked, what you'll get out of that is you will improve your memorizing skills, right? So the next time you need to memorize a script, hopefully you'll be able to memorize that one faster, because you're training your brain how to do that on a regular basis, okay? And that's the mentality you need to have going into these auditions. You need to think, what am I learning from this? Where's my progression? Not, oh, I wasted my time because I didn't book another one. You know what I mean? All right. So, where were we? Okay. The script. Memorize the script if you have it. Make sure you are dressed the part. Make sure your wardrobe, hair, and makeup is appropriate for the character or job that you're auditioning for. My Big Apple Dancers company is a perfect example of this, right? Again, I can't tell you how many girls who've come to audition for me and they show up, no makeup on, hair's not done, their outfit really isn't that nice, they didn't bring heels, whatever the case. If you're auditioning to be a performer, entertainer, dancer, model, which is what my company predominantly hires for, right? Don't you think you would show up with your hair, down, glamorous, maybe with some curls in it, some waves. You'd show up, with some smoky eyes, maybe some red lips, maybe even some lashes, and, a sexy form-fitting outfit, something that, shows your midriff, maybe a little cleavage, something like that, some heels that, that you can dance in. Girls that show up like that look like they really care about the job, and it looks like they put the time and effort in to really show me what their best look is, to show me, okay, when you book me for a job, this is what I'm going to show up to the job looking like. And girls that do that and make that effort and show up looking glamorous, not only will they look that much more better and be that much more appealing to me, but that impression and that effort, already says a lot and will give them, extra memory points in my book, anyway. So I highly recommend dressing the part, taking the time to, to do your hair and makeup and pick the outfit that's appropriate for the audition you're going to. Obviously, if you're going to an audition where you're, playing an actress and you're going to be auditioning for the role of a mother, you're not going to show up the same way you would dress to, let's say, audition for my Big Apple Dancers company. You're not going to wear some sexy go-go type outfit to show up to read lines for a role of a mother. So that's what I'm saying as far as dressing the part. Your makeup, hair, and wardrobe would all be completely different for those two type of jobs. So, what would you do in the scenario where if those two auditions were in the same day, and stuff like that happens? Then you need to bring the change of stuff. You need to bring, some makeup remover wipes. Try to schedule it in a way where, the one with less makeup happens first, then you can build it on your face rather than having to, take away. Let's see who else is here. We have, MJE Graphics. Hey, MJE Graphics. If you do any graphic design for model comp cards or anything, you should definitely, add your info to the comment area if anyone's interesting. I mean, I definitely, recommend hiring some nice graphic designers if you want to make your comp card look really cool with, with your stats and the images. And, sometimes graphic designers are great to hire for that. Lady Osmus says, if people say come plain Jane, then go plain Jane, but otherwise you need to look your best. Yeah, there are some jobs, usually like some modeling jobs mostly will ask you to come just in basic tank top and jeans, no makeup, hair down, because they want to look at you and imagine what they can do to you. So they might already have some type of image or look in their head, and they want to look at you as like a blank canvas and imagine their wardrobe and their hairstylist and makeup artist, doing you to make you fit whatever the image and style and look is for their fashion show or whatever it is that they have that's going on. So, yeah, that's that. Where did we leave off? Always arrive on time for your audition. You're better off being early, because if you are even a little late, you will most likely not get the job. I mean, being on time is just such a huge thing. This really shouldn't even be something that I need to talk about. But, I mean, so many people just have issues with being on time and stuff like this. It's really important, because that's all about that you're giving the impression to the casting director, like, oh, if you book me for this job, I'm probably going to be late to that too. But if you show up 15 minutes early, that makes them think, oh, okay, I can trust this person to be on time if I book them. So, if you're going to take the time to go to the audition, at least make sure that you're going to be there on time. So this way you are not minimizing your chances of getting booked. That's just common sense, guys. All right. Let me just double check a few things here real quick. And log back in. So yeah, we got almost 90 people, but only 13 likes. Come on, guys, hit that thumbs up. Tell me that I'm doing a good job. I hope I'm providing good advice for everyone, and that you're enjoying my live stream. Definitely, hit the follow button so you can get some push notifications sent to your phone for my future episodes. I'm gonna have a lot of my sexy Big Apple dancers joining me in the future, and a lot of other featured celebrity guests. So I'm really excited to share with you guys all the fun, exciting topics that are going to be coming up in the future. So here we go, moving right along. This episode is called How to Ace an Audition, and we're going through some tips and tricks right now. Thank you, Lady Ozma, for the thumbs up. I appreciate the feedback. Mwah. So here we go. Make sure you are not hungry or tired while at an audition. Sometimes you may have to wait a very long time before you are seen. All right. There are some auditions where I, walk right in and you have an appointment time and they see you right away. And there are some auditions that I've been there for, I can't even tell you how many hours. Like, you can just have to wait forever. I mean, the most recent audition that I went on that I had to wait for a really, really, really long time was a Kanye West audition. There was just so many people there. Oh my God, that it literally took up my entire day. It took up my entire day waiting in line. Thank goodness I brought flats too, so I didn't have to wait in line in my heels the whole time. and literally you waited for hours just for them to go and take a quick snapshot of you. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous but that's all part of it, right? So usually the auditions that, are opened up to more agencies, or the auditions that are open calls, or, just auditions that, the word just spreads really fast. Those are the ones that are going to have a really, really, really long wait time. So, if you're going to auditions, it's good to pack some granola bars in your bag, a water bottle, some comfy shoes, because you never know how long you're going to be waiting there for. Also, if you have a job coming up after the audition, some gig that you have to be at, try to schedule yourself to go to the beginning part of the audition versus the ends. A lot of times auditions will be, the big ones, there's just going to be a lot of people, will be held in time slots. So let's say it's from, 10 to 4, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. is when you are able to stop by, to be seen. So usually most of the people will go in the second half of the day. So if you try to be there at like 9:45 or 10 o'clock, chances are the line is going to be a lot smaller than if you show up, let's say at 2, 3, 3:30, right? I mean, again, this is common knowledge, but I always feel free to think that I should reiterate it, because people still always show up. I mean, people will show up the last 5 minutes hoping to get in. And at that time, depending on how long the line is, there's a good chance you can even get turned away and not be seen at all. So they're just thinking, you did your hair and makeup and you traveled all the way to the audition, wherever the audition was. And then you got there so late, maybe, 10, 15 minutes before, that they're like, okay, we cut off the line. We're not seeing any more people. And then you're devastated. So don't put yourself through that, make sure you get there within the first hour or two. And again, that'll also increase your chances of being seen if you get there early. This fucking bug. Ooh, excuse my language. I hate bugs, by the way, but you're in Florida. It's humid. There's mosquitoes. What are you going to do? What was I saying? Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, so when you're waiting in line for the auditions, you really just, want to make sure that you have, comfy shoes, little snacks, water, whatever you need. All right. So let's see who else is here. We got Double Dab Dave. What's going on? Hell yeah. Welcome to the chat. Keeping it real with CheRyl, live on Hang With. Always be confident, polite, and respectful to everyone at the audition. You never know who you're going to meet. Never act cocky or rude, no matter what. I mean, you could be in the waiting room at an audition, and someone, working there might be someone important, and they might overhear you complaining for whatever reason. Maybe you're complaining because, they saw this person before they saw you, or they called that person's number before they called your number, but, you thought you were there before that person. You start complaining and bitching and blah, blah. You never know who might overhear you and be like, oh, this person's being rude. We don't want to book them just merely based on their personality. So, you want to always have that good aura and that good energy around you, because you never know who's listening or who's watching or who's who. All right. So, next part. Only shake hands with the casting team if it feels absolutely appropriate. They're seeing so many people, these casting directors throughout the day. And, shaking hands is more of like an informal thing, and usually auditions are a little bit more formal. So it's not really necessary for you to think that you need to go up to them and shake their hands. They really just want people to be in and out, They've been sitting there, auditioning people for a really long time. So it's really not necessary for you to feel like you have to go up to them and shake their hands. Sometimes it's really just not even an appropriate situation. If it becomes casual and welcoming and you feel like, or they initiated it, then sure, but that's usually not the case. Okay. Try to relax and not let your nerves get the best of you. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times if people are going, and let's use the script reading as an example here. Let's say, somebody has a script in their hands and they didn't memorize it, so now they're holding and read-fromming it. If they're nervous, the script is going to be going like this while you're trying to read. Just because your hands are shaking, you can't really control it because you're nervous, let's say, right? And then that's going to distract the casting director from watching, your face and hearing what you're saying, because they're going to be looking at your shaking hands. So there's, a perfect example of a reason of why it's also, helps to memorize the script before you go, so definitely if you try not to let your nerves get the best of you, it will help you, be relaxed and, have a better presentation and just really be able to offer your best performance, whether it be singing, dancing, acting, strutting the model walk for a runway or something. If you are cool, calm, collective, leave the nerves at the door. To be in the entertainment industry, you need to have that type of presence and aura where, nervous energy doesn't really get to you, because you're in front of the camera, you're in front of people, you're performing for people. That's your job, right? So that's another reason why it's great to go on tons of auditions, because the first couple auditions you go to, yeah, sure, of course you're going to be nervous, everyone is, but after a while it just becomes like second nature, and the more auditions and stuff you go on, it just doesn't even faze you anymore. So think of it like that way. Every audition you don't get also makes you less nervous for future auditions. So there's another positive take on that. Hey Shaggy Dev, it's going good. How are you? Welcome to Keeping It Real with CheRyl. This episode is called How to Ace an Audition. We're going over some great tips and advice for the entertainment industry, for singers, dancers, actors, and models. I've been auditioning since 2006, since I moved to Manhattan. So I have a lot of experience in that area, and I'm sharing some feedback with everyone today. So hi Moza, thanks to everyone for tuning in and chatting with me. If you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to ask me. I'm an open book. I really just want to help and just share my experiences so I can help others in the entertainment industry as well. So that's what this episode is all about today. The next part of how to prepare for an audition is if you feel like you didn't get the part, do not get discouraged. Reflect and learn how you can improve on your next audition. Every audition you go on will be a little easier and you will feel a little less nervous. So things can only get better. Oh, no, that's a different part. Okay, next part. Always make a good impression, because even if you're not right for that particular role or job, they may want to keep you on file for future projects. And sometimes they might even tell you, they might be like, oh my God, I have this other film, that's coming out, that's we're just waiting for it to get funded and blah, 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 or whatever they want to say. And, I totally see you playing XYZ. So you never know. You never know what can happen. Don't get discouraged, network, meet people. If you're in the waiting room for a bunch of hours, talk to the other aspiring hopefuls that are in the waiting room with you. See what their experiences have been. Maybe you can find out what agencies they're working with, how they found out about that audition, and maybe they can give you some contact information of, other companies in the entertainment industry that can help you. You never know who you might meet, who you might be seeing next to you, who might become a new friend, who might teach you something new, who might share some valuable information that may help you with your career. So you really just want to go into everything with a positive outlook and just try to look at everything as, the glass is half full. If you're sitting in the waiting room for 10 hours and you have a puss on your face like, holy moly, I don't want to be here, then that energy is going to be reflected in your audition and probably in your performance as well. So, try to just take it for what it is, make the best of it, and get whatever you can get out of the situation, whether it's connecting with new people, learning from them, finding out, new agencies and companies in your area, whatever you can do in the meantime. Bring a book, bring a snack, handle your emails on your phone. Our lives are so mobile now with, the fact that our industry has become so digital that I'm sure there are plenty of ways you can keep yourself busy during all the wait time during auditions. And as you move up in the industry, you'll start getting booked for specific appointments. If you're working with big agencies, they'll be able to get you some scheduled appointments sometimes. So this way, if you go in at your allotted time slot, then the casting director will be expecting you and they'll just see you during that time. And that's great when that starts happening. So that's what you have to look forward to as well. Hi FB, Tess P, hi Trap Queen. Hey guys, thanks to everyone for tuning in to Keeping It Real with CheRyl, live on Hang With every Tuesday night, Eastern Standard Time. I think we got about 10 minutes left to the stream, so if you guys have any questions about what I've shared with you today, about how to ace an audition, how to cope with rejection, audition tips and tricks, definitely, write your questions and comments in now so I can get them all answered in the last 10 minutes. So yeah, that was basically everything that I wrote down to go over with you guys today. Like I said, when I get back to New York City, I will go on my website, CherylMartinez.com. If you scroll down, there's an area for the Keeping It Real with CheRyl shows, and you can click on each episode, and I'll bring you, to a new page that has, little extras and exclusives from the episodes. So what I'll do when I get back to New York in a few weeks is I'll take all these documents that I wrote for you guys, as far as, my own personal tips and tricks, and I will add that to my website so you can go review, for your future auditions. If you have anything coming up and you need a new comp card, or you want to give yourself a little motivation or whatever, you can go to my website and follow up with what we spoke about today. And you can even share it, with your friends and stuff. So I hope that the information that I provided for you guys today, whether you are interested in, in working in the entertainment industry, whether you're just curious on how it works, whether you're an aspiring dancer, singer, actress, or model, I hope that the information that I provided for you guys today helped you, and that you feel more secure and more excited and motivated to go on future auditions. Like I said, right now I'm here in Satellite Beach, Florida. Next week I'll be streaming live from Vegas and LA, so make sure you follow me so you don't miss those streams. I have some really fun streams coming up next week. I'm going to be meeting some of my Big Apple dancers in Vegas. They're flying from New York to Vegas. I'm flying straight from Florida to Vegas. So definitely stay tuned for that. We're going to have a lot of fun on our future episodes and future streams, and I hope to see some more familiar faces or familiar usernames rather. Thanks to everyone again who tuned in today. Definitely hit the thumbs up and hit the follow button so you guys know all the other times that I go live, and definitely send me some direct messages on Hang with any ideas that you guys have for future episodes, anything in particular you want to talk about, any special featured guests or Big Apple dancers that you want on the show. I'm definitely always open to suggestions on what you guys want to talk about and everything like that. So yep, this is Keeping It Real with CheRyl, live on Hang With every Tuesday night. Hang With is like my favorite new app right now. You guys need to spread the word, seriously. I think it's so cool how this app offers us the opportunity to be able to really connect with our friends and fans and viewers, and be able to chat with you guys on a more personal level in a live experience. You can really see what goes on in your favorite people's lives, and just take the opportunity to to get to know people, to get to know people that you wouldn't normally be able to communicate with. So that's why I think Hang With is really special. I'm not really sure exactly how many minutes we have left because it doesn't tell me it here, but if someone could just write a quick comment with exactly how many minutes are left, I would appreciate that. I'm trying to see that here. It doesn't say that. I guess it only says it if I go and look on the original one. I guess I can go take a quick peek and see what it says. We have 52, 44. All right, so good. We have about 7 minutes left, so I'm gonna leave it open to you guys to see if you guys have any questions. We have Dan the Man 720. How you doing? I'll definitely watch the show. Follow him too. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I'm definitely excited for my future episodes of Keeping It Real with CheRyl. I got a lot of cool topics coming up for you guys, and definitely a lot more tips and tricks as well too for those of you that are looking to break in the entertainment industry, or those of you that are looking to take your career to the next level in the entertainment industry. I'm trying to think of any more audition stories that I could tell you guys in the last couple minutes. What are some fun experiences? I mean, there have been some audition scams that are there's a lot of audition scams that are out there too. You got to be careful. I mean, I definitely do not recommend finding your auditions on Craigslist. In fact, I want to dedicate an entire episode to scams one day, because there are just so many out there, and you know, people who aren't experienced in the entertainment industry will, you know, are just so excited and so hopeful that they'll, you know, almost just be a little naive as far as, you know, pursuing what auditions they want to go to and figuring that out. So I definitely want to dedicate an entire episode to just how to avoid getting scams in the entertainment industry. So definitely stay tuned for that in the future. But a couple, you know, quick things on that is, yeah, stay away from Craigslist. There are a lot of, you know, people on there, let's say, for example, like a fake photographer saying, oh, you know, I want to book some model for some lingerie shoot, and I'm going to get you in this magazine, or I'm going to, you know, get you published here or wherever. But really they just want to see some girls in lingerie, and then they just have like they don't even have a real professional camera. They're probably just using, who even knows what they're using to take pictures. But and then maybe they have you come shoot in their home instead of a professional studio, which is why you really want to do your research. You know, if you're not getting your audition from a reliable source like a professional agency, and you're getting them just off the net, you want to be careful. Do some research before you go on that audition, and you know, and make sure that that it's just, you know, a reputable company. Like, even real photographers have their own websites. So, you know, if a photographer is wanting to shoot you and he's offering you X amount of dollars, first of all, ask him what his website is, a link to his portfolio, okay? See if he has an Instagram. That helps too. You can see, you know, does he have an active Instagram? Are people commenting on it? You know, that can help with to help you find legitimacy as well. And also check what was I going to say? Yeah, you can check, you know, their portfolios, their websites. You can even Google. Sometimes if you Google whatever the company's name is and then like write the word scam after it, if there are any scams associated with that company name, it should just even show up with the Google search. So, you know, simple things like that. You really just want to protect yourself in the entertainment industry, you know, because it can be scary. You know, there's some bad things that go on out there. Like I said, I'm a victim of scams too. When I first started out in the entertainment industry, luckily it was nothing, you know, crazy. It was just, you know, being scammed out of money, really. You know, there are just fake agencies out there too that'll be like, oh, you know, you have to pay us X amount of dollars and we're going to get all these pictures done for you, and we're going to put you on a website, this and the other, and then they just take your money and disappear. So those are things to watch out for too, and I'll definitely tell you guys some stories about that, and a couple things that I went through where I just, you know, lost some money by getting scammed out in the beginning of the entertainment industry. So yeah, it happens. You know, it happens to most people who don't have you know, the guidance, and who are just trying it themselves for the first time. But you know, you learn with experience. Everything's a learning opportunity. You grow, you get better, and you know, hopefully if anything does happen to you, it's nothing serious and it's nothing more than losing a little bit of money, and doesn't put you in any you know, uncomfortable situations where you just took, you know, half naked pictures in front of some pervert, you know. So those they're differences. You got to be careful. Oh, hey, Zoe. Thanks for coming back to Keeping It Real with CheRyl. And thanks for saying that you love these broadcasts. It really means so much to me that that I'm actually genuinely helping you guys and that you're enjoying the broadcast. So that's the whole point of this. Hey, Ayo, what's going on? I see Ayo in almost all of my broadcasts, so thanks for always tuning in. Big kisses. Yo, Dan the man. So what exactly do or did you do? And I'm not sure exactly what you're asking me. What exactly are you asking, you know, about my company or my past or what type of jobs I do? Be a little bit more specific on that question. And I have lady Ozma says, I have seen the iPhone photo scammer. For real. No, fail. What's the iPhone photo scammer? Tell me about that a little bit. And if the stream ends before you can tell me, send it in a private message. I'm curious to know about that, because any scam, you know, I'm preparing for my episode where I'm going to talk about how to avoid getting scams. And I want to have a lot of examples of like current scams and past scams to show and share with the viewers. So anything that, that you guys know, as far as scams, definitely share them with me so I can include that in my future episode, and I will shout you out and say that you know, presented this and shared this with us. So, what's going on? Zoe and Ayo, I'm so glad that you're here. Like, have you acted or photo shoots? I guess work that you've done. Noob, huh? I don't really know what you're saying. I guess it's hard when. Oh, okay. Yoda Man says like, have you acted or photo shoots? Oh, work that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so sorry, I was thought your username was somebody else's username. Yeah, I've done tons of singing, dancing, acting, and modeling. I mentioned earlier in my stream that that you can go to my website CherylMartinez.com and click on resume, and you can see a list of all the films I've been in, all the commercials I've been in, all the TV shows I've done, all